Musical memories, songs from the past. Musical memories, songs that will last. Musical memories, songs from above. Musical memories, songs of God's love. Years I spent in vanity and pride, caring not my Lord was crucified, knowing not it was for me He died on Calvary. Mercy there was great and grace was free. Pardon there was multiplied to me. There my burdened soul found liberty at Calvary. By God's word at last my sin I learned. Then I trembled at the law it spurned, till my guilty soul imploring turned to Calvary. Mercy there was great and grace was free. Pardon there was multiplied to me. There my burdened soul found liberty at Calvary. Now I've given to Jesus everything. Now I gladly own Him as my King. Now my raptured soul can only sing of Calvary. Mercy there was great, grace was free. Pardon there was multiplied to me. There my burdened soul found liberty at Calvary. Oh, the love that drew salvation's plan. Oh, the grace that brought it down to man. Oh, the mighty gulf that God did span at Calvary. Mercy there was great and grace was free. Pardon there was multiplied to me. There my burdened soul found liberty at Calvary. Don't you love that old gospel song? And I know right away that you hear a different sound than you usually hear on Musical Memories. This is Musical Memories. And I'm Martha Garvin. I'm so glad you're listening today. Do I have a treat for you? You know, once a month I really do try and have a guest on Musical Memories. Today our very, very special guest are the Burchfield brothers from Nashville. Welcome, Jonathan, Mark, and Benji.
Thank you, Martha.
Well, it's our privilege. I don't want us to talk right now. I want you to go right into your gospel playing. We've got 2 guitars here, and Benji, I think you've got a marimba and keyboard. So we're going to have lots of fun. We're going to listen to the Burchfield play gospel songs today. Let's hear it, boys. song. You chose all of our wonderful songs.
Oh, we like them too.
Oh, and I'm so glad. In fact, I had to be very careful that I didn't make noise over here.
Oh.
You should have joined in and started clapping.
Well, I felt like I could, and I had to hold my foot still because I wanted to jump right in. I am just amazed. All three of you are so gifted musically. Two of you are on a guitar. Tell me how you started, how you learned.
Our parents were like song evangelists and missionaries, and Dad played guitar. That's where I first heard guitar played. Mother played accordion and piano, and they had us singing in churches. Dad built a church up in the Smoky Mountains,
Yes.
and that's where we first started singing, and later we learned to play the instruments.
In the Smoky Mountains.
Up in the Smokies, near Cades Cove, Gatlinburg area.
You know, I have known your parents for, well, I want to say 100 years, and I'm old enough.
It's been about that.
Well, you could disagree with me, you know. And I'm old enough to be your mother, needless to say. But I think back of your parents, and I have always admired them because, to me, they did missionary work in the United States.
Right.
And shall we tell one of my earliest memories of I was having...
I can't wait. I wanna hear this.
Well, I was invited, my husband and I were invited to my in-laws, and the Burchfield family was coming for Sunday dinner. And your parents came in with these stair-step kids from the Smoky Mountains. And what you tell us about that afternoon, Jonathan. Tell me what you remember.
I remember going down to the basement and finding this humongous electric train set. And it was equipped with waterfalls coming down
Yes.
and little villages and trees. And I would have given anything to have manned the engine, but I just had to stand back and watch it. But it was pretty impressive to me.
Oh, yes. Well, what I remember is someone's face against the screen door. Who was that, Benji or
That
Mark?
might have been mine.
Oh,
That was mine. I remember that incident. I remember the houses being so close to
Yes.
to one another, and I'd never seen anything like that before. So I was trying to get as close as I could to the outside because I couldn't go outside. Mom and Dad said, "Make sure you stay in," but I was sticking my nose against the screen door, and then I also saw a railroad and a train passing by right practically over the house, and it was just also interesting to me. And I pressed my face up against the screen door and just got all I could out of what was going on outside. Then found out that I was walking around with all kinds of soot on my face. My face was just black with soot.
you had the screen on your face.
Yeah, right.
And I was curious at what Mark was looking at, so I went and started looking, and I came back.
Then everybody was trying to play checkers on our face.
What wonderful memories and musical memories of what your mother taught you and of what your parents, the heritage that you have. I'm just always impressed with that. And I see in our schedule that you have on that you wanted to play one of your mother's favorite numbers.
Mother used to play these beautiful classical pieces, and there's one that she played called Clair de Lune
Yes.
that I always loved to just listen to her play. And she would mix and mingle classical pieces with hymns.
Uh-huh.
And we'd like to do one of those that she was always playing. It was one of her favorites, Clair de Lune with No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. Well, I wish you could be in the studio with me today. This is Musical Memories, as you know, and I'm Martha Garvin, and we're here with the Burchfields. And the song that they just played, No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus. Didn't that touch you? Were you humming along, or is this an easy listening program? Perhaps it is, as I sat here and watched three young men, play No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus. I'm always touched when I hear that song. And I was today. And I thought of their mother, and as they told you, it was her favorite song, No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus. Well, we're just enjoying the Burchfields, aren't you? And I hope, maybe we could do one that we could sing along. Do you have one that we can just all kind of, sing along with you, shall we? Do one? Okay, let's do it. another verse, shall we? When my feeble life is o'er, time for me won't be no more. Guide me gently, safely o'er to thy kingdom shore, to thy shore, just the closer walk with granted Jesus is my plea. Daily let me walk with thee. Let it be. Dear Lord, let it be. I just hated to leave out that last verse of just a closer walk with thee. You know, when I get in the studio with such wonderful musicians, I kind of impose upon them and to let me sing with them, you know. Haven't you enjoyed the music of the Burchfields? Well, guys, our time is running out, and let's talk a little bit about these CDs I have in my hand.
Okay.
Tell me about this.
Well, we have one that's called Classic Spirit, and it's a mixture of classical pieces and hymns.
Uh-huh.
And they're kind of blended together as we were raised. Our mother used to.
As the Claire de Lune
Right.
that you just did. Uh-huh.
And then there is the first tune that we did with that gospel medley is on
Yes.
another one called Wave.
I see.
And
all three of you are on them?
Right.
And they're just CDs or cassettes?
CDs and cassettes.
Older people like me that like the cassette still.
Yeah, and old people like me. We just won't have any 8-tracks is the only thing. So.
And someone told me that you're continually in demand for concerts everywhere.
We are booked for the rest of this year with no. It's really full, and right now we're working on next year's.
That's wonderful.
Getting 94 filled up.
But you could be available if someone contacted.
Sure. There's always a little opening someplace.
Okay.
Right.
And you do have a brochure explaining all that these tapes and
Right.
CDs that you have available. Could they write to Musical Memories?
They sure can. They can ask for a brochure, and it will give them information on our recordings as well as a little history.
Okay. Write to Musical Memories, Box 907, Oak Park, Illinois, 60303, and I'll be glad to forward it on to the Burchfields, because I know you'll want them to be in your church. I know that they're going to be in a local church this weekend, and I know you've enjoyed this music as much as I have. So write to Musical Memories, Box 907, Oak Park, Illinois, 60303, and I will be glad to forward it on to the Burchfields so they can send out their information. We just have a few minutes left. Why don't we do maybe "Oh How I Love Jesus" in C? And I want to thank you for taking the time to bring all these instruments up to the studio and for sharing this time. You know, between you and me and the gatepost, I don't pay my guests. I think you're aware of that. And so when I ask a guest to come on Musical Memories, I just say, you know, if you love the old songs, I would love for you to come on, but if you would be willing to come. And these three young men were willing today to come and share this time with us. You've been listening to Musical Memories, and I'm Martha Reed Garvin, and I'm so glad you spent the time with us, with me and Jonathan, Mark, and Benji Burchfield, singing the old gospel songs. I know you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll look forward to our time next week when it'll just be you and me around the piano, singing the old gospel songs. I'll look forward to our time next week.